Alright, and there we go. We finally have the draft starting in. On the left side we have TipTop with the first ban here, and on the right side Team Tinypool, which gives TipTop the slight advantage in the sense that they get to choose their first pick here. So map is Dragonshire, and let's talk about the heroes that are actually kind of shining on this map. The number 1 and 2 heroes that come to my mind are Zagara and Falstad, simply because one, globals are really strong on this map, especially Falstad on level 20 with epic mount, and especially more so, I don't even know if I can say that in English like that, but because of the nerf to mount movement speed, the globals became that much more stronger. And you know what, if you have Falstad with level 20 epic mount, you can really be annoying on the shrine post 20. So on the shrine, on the temples there, or whatever you want to call them, you can be really annoying. And Zagara, she's very strong on this map simply because in Dragonshire you normally want to have a 1-4 split composition where you're gonna have one solo laner and then 4 men rotating between mid and bot. So Zagara provides that really strong solo laner. So yeah, we do see ban from KT and a ban of Zagara from Tinypool, and as a response, TipTop, as mentioned, they had the advantage there where they get the first pick, which they're gonna go with Falstad. So good opening by them so far.
Yeah, it was well drafted here, banning out Kel'Thas first, and that leaves Team Tinypool to remove only one of the really strongest heroes on this map, and they decides to remove the Zagara, which gives TipTop the opportunity to grab that Falstad, and that's really well played. And now Team Tinypool goes for that first pick, Muradin.
Yeah, this is something that not too many teams focus about when doing drafts, especially on maps that have very limited amount of impactful heroes like Dragonshire. I mean, think about it. What did I say at the beginning? Who are the heroes that shine on this map? I only mentioned 2 heroes, Zagara and Falstad. That's not to say that other heroes are not good here, but when you have only such limited hero pool that are really good here, you can control it by having the first ban. And as you can see, TipTop, they went with the KT ban, which you'd think, well, it's not a Falstad, it's not a Zagara, why would they ban KT? But by doing that, they got the opportunity to ban a hero that they really don't want to deal with for whatever reason, and left Team Tinypool with the awkward position of choosing between Zagara or Falstad, and whatever they're not going to choose is going to be taken by TipTop, which immediately happened. So if you guys are wondering why the KT ban, it's completely fine. They left Team Tinypool in an awkward checkmate position about Zagara or Falstad, where they're gonna lose one of them to TipTop. So good choice by them. And by the way, as a follow-up here, Muradin, Sonya, pretty solid. Nothing too much, at least for me, to say about them. And TipTop, Thrall, Brightwing, solid choices.
Yeah, the Brightwing, you know, got the global there together with the Falstad. It gives lots of good ganking opportunities, and Brightwing is also a good counter to the Sonya when she goes in there deep and starts whirlwinding. You can just put the polymorph onto her and ruin her sustain. We also see the bans on ETC and Rhaegar. So Team Tinypool don't want to face that ETC, and with the potential mosh pit and great ganking possibilities. And TipTop is trying to shrink the healer pool here.
Yeah, I like the ATC ban. Again, you know, as mentioned at the beginning, this is a 1-4 map. So they have the solo laner, and you really need to be extra careful about the 4-man squad rotation. So by banning ETC, you negate a lot of potential for early game aggression that ETC provides. So good call by them, I like it. But still, they need something more here with their last 2 picks on the side of Team Tinypool that's gonna complement some 4-man rotations there. They have the Sonya as their solo laner, I imagine, versus the Thrall on the side of TipTop. Although they could use Falstad, TipTop as well. Both of them are doing really good against Sonya. And they already have the Thrall there, I imagine. He will be possibly with the rotation there. So they really need to look for some strong 4-man rotation squad there on the side of Team Tinypool. And they do take the Tychus. Solid choice. We don't see double tank yet from TipTop, but we do know this is EU, and a lot of the times you do see double tanks, but I imagine at this point TipTop will skip on the double tank, seeing the Tychus pick from Team Tinypool. So
yeah, I like this Tychus pickup on Team Tinypool. Also, I think it's Killswitch who's played a lot of Stellar Tychus with them in earlier games. So, and it's also he got good wave clear for rotations, and also the potential to stop anyone, you know, getting close into your backline, because especially if you get the bigger they are or something like that, you know.
Oh no,
I don't think they're going for that Gaslow. They're just trolling us.
Yeah, definitely.
Or, but people have been saying it's the Gaslow meta. I don't think so.
I mean, he can be okay on Dragonshire. You get those turrets up around the shrines when they spawn, and it can be so annoying to deal with. But it's like, I mean, you know what? I'm completely okay. If you go for Gaslow, like, he's so unpopular that I'm completely okay if anyone takes him at any point in the game, like, whatever. But of course, not gonna be chosen here. Instead, Jaina there is their backline. Good for their rotations, together with the Tychus, together with the Muradin. They have a pretty, like, both teams got pretty solid rotations. On either side you have, I imagine now, considering they have a Thrall and Falstad, Falstad will be the solo laner at the bottom lane, at the top lane. So you have pretty solid rotation on both sides. You know, you have the Joanna on the side of TipTop, so Knight takes spawn. Yeah, you know what? But then again, they have two globals. And you know what? I'm not sure if they're even gonna bother with rotations much. I don't know. Team TipTop, interesting composition. A lot of globals there, a lot of presence. Interesting draft. But I like both of them. Who do you think? Who do you like more? Who do you think won it?
Well, if TipTop can, you know, use their globals to their advantage and really play with them, it's not always something you see. It can be difficult to use your globals. I think they can take this, but I like the Jaina last pick here on Team Tinypool for that extra blow potential to the composition. But she doesn't have that great enabler to create that Ring of Frost, no Void Prison, no Mosh Pit, and something like that. So it's going to be up to her to, you know, hit those Ring of Frost, or maybe she's even going for the Water Elemental.
Yeah, I agree with you. Gonna be a little bit harder with the Ring of Frost, especially considering you do have a Leeming and a Falstad, so you have like a double backliner and a Brightwing that can play very passively as well. So a lot of, and you have the Joanna on top of it. So like Joanna with Iron Skin negates the roots of the Ring of Frost. She would still take the damage. So you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna see something like Water Elemental from the Jaina player. You put Water Elemental on Li Ming and it can be very annoying for her, or the Falstad, it can be very annoying for her. Plus with the Sonya, if they can connect together, they can do good amount of damage. But eventually I feel like on the side of TipTop they have more blow up potential than Team Tinypool. Team Tinypool, they seems to have like more constant damage.
Yeah, in this.
Alright, so we are here in the game between TipTop and Team Tinypool, and on the left side we have TipTop with Haft on Joanna, Halloumi on Brightwing, Elumi on Falstad, Bjorn on Li Ming, and Incognito on Thrall.
10 seconds.
And on the right side we have Team Tinypool with Eingar on Sonya, Krishna on Karasim, Pinniver on Jaina, Trollbolt on Muradin, and Killswitch on that Tychus.
Right, and pretty much as far as talents go, from what I can see, pretty standard, except for the Muradin that went with the Perfect Storm. Interesting, trying to dish that much more damage in the expense, of course, of some CC, which I'm really a little bit surprised here. I think I would have loved to see Reverb still on level 1, because you have the Falstad, because you have the Thrall. Could have gotten some value, some good value there.
Well, they did change the talents of Muradin just now, so I don't think he even got reverb. I think they built it into his talents by now. Or
no,
his,
it's if I remember right, and correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't actually got the chance to play Muradin since the patch. His Thunderclap has base slow, but you can upgrade it to 50 if I remember correctly. I could have been completely wrong. Again, I apologize if I am.
I think that's on level 4 now. So.
Oh, it's on level 4. Okay. Okay.
So
My apologies.
It's either the Storm or the Block or Third Wind, I think.
Okay, then my apologies. I know that they added it as a 25% base, but I forgot that they removed it to level 4. I need to really play him a little bit.
Activate the shrine, and the dragon's power is yours.
And in the top lane, actually, Sonya is doing pretty well, pushing the Thrall back, and he's taking a bit of a beating.
Yeah, a little bit surprising because Sonya Thrall is a matchup that hasn't changed in a long time now, and it actually favors the Thrall. You can poke the Sonya with the Chain Lightning, and in the early game she doesn't actually do too much damage. And there we go, Sonya is being chased there and being taken down with the Polymorph, with the rotation, with the double globals there. Fantastic job by Team TipTop, which secured them that top shrine, and of course, will it secure them right in time? And it did. Fantastic. Just in the nick of time there.
No, it was a nice bait for Thrall there. He knew his teammates were coming up and pretended to do a bit of brawling in the middle there, and they managed to secure the kill there.
Yeah, and so far the globals there, both of them, Falstad and Brightwing, on TipTop are doing fantastic job rotating. I mean, we can already see that Falstad is immediately at the bottom lane there. He was just at the top lane. Ooh, and a nice Stormbolt from the Muradin will connect on him, but not enough follow-up there to secure any kind of kill. It seems like so far, slowly though, Team Tinypool are falling behind on XP. Oh,
nice pickup on the Falstad there.
Yep. Just managed to get this, and all of a sudden, forget what I just said, they are back even their next XP, both of them exactly equal with that kill on the Falstad. And you see the Brightwing, they're porting on the Thrall, they're having nice rotation. The Spirit Wolf do miss the Sonya, which will allow her to escape without getting too much damage. Karzim is rotating to help out. But still very equal, all things considered there. Muradin taking a little bit of a beating there at the bottom lane, but it is the Li Ming. She's dropping very low there with the Tychus rotating on her together with the Falstad there. But the kill there on the Li Ming from the Tychus grenade, fantastic job, and all of a sudden Falstad is very alone here, and I don't think they can secure the kill there. I think he will be able to escape, and yes, he will. Ooh, or not, maybe. What?
Yeah, we stayed a little longer to do some greedy punches on the Muradin, and just got rotated on the Karazim there, and it was just enough damage to blow him up in a Stormbolt.
Yeah, I was really surprised. It looked like he would escape, but then he just stopped there. He just stopped there, stood there, and started to hit the Muradin, and the Karazim rotation just finished him off. Ooh, and another kill there on the Joanna in the middle lane. We kind of missed it up a little bit, but still, Team Tinypool, wow. On top with their rotations, with killing so far, and all of a sudden they are in the lead there with level 7 talent in their advantage. However, they can't capitalize on it just yet because TipTop took control of both shrines, which will delay Team Tinypool from taking the Dragonite. Ooh, and Jaina just barely manages to stick the Dragonite, and all of a sudden we have the first Dragonite here in the game. Gonna go here for Team Tinypool.
Yeah, Team Tinypool has just been better on the rotation. As you mentioned earlier, TipTop didn't go for any rotation at all, or just decided to split their team up, and the rotations from Team Tinypool have been punishing them all the time. Falstad gets punted down to the bot lane, but there's no one there to follow up to do the kill.
Yeah, but it's still a very early Dragonite here. It's only a 4 minutes Dragonite. You know, the Dragonite, like any other, I guess, heroic units. By the way, we missed a kill there at the top lane there of the Thrall and Sonya. But I want to say the Dragonite, like any other heroic unit in the game, like bosses and stuff, they only get buffed in increments of minutes. Of course, with the 5 minutes huge buff. Ooh, we have here a small gank here on the Li Ming, and will he be able to connect the grenade? And yes, he does. So a Li Ming kill as a response to the Sonic kill at top lane. Tinypool are just on top with their rotation, with their ganking. Just fantastic game by them. And you know what? TipTop are no pushover in Hero Lounge. Actually, pretty solid team there. So fantastic job by Tinypool.
Yeah, TipTop has been undefeated this far in the Heroes launch, so I would say Team Tinypool is doing a really fantastic job here.
Yep, definitely. And that means that Tinypool are gonna be hitting their level 10 that much more early than TipTop, and they will have a pretty significant window of opportunity here to make something happen while they have the level 10 heroics available to them. And we do see Laser Dragon there. Oh, and the jump there on the Liming will miss the Stormbolt on there, and I think she will be able to escape. Does he have the grenade? Nope, no grenade there for the Tychus. But as mentioned, level 10 for Team Tinypool. With Wrath of the Berserker on the Sonya, Palm on the Karazim, Ring of Frost here, so no Water Elemental for the Jaina, Avatar on the Mutin, and Laser Drill on the Tychus. So we'll see if Jaina can actually make something happen there with the Ring of Frost. If she can, it can be fantastic. If they can do a Ring of Frost with Wrath of the Berserker follow-up, they can definitely kill someone, especially Squishies. But again, gonna be very hard to get the Ring of Frost there connected.
Yeah, it's a bit of a battle going on here in the top lane, and both Falstad and Thrall and Sonya is getting really low, but no one is just dying yet.
Yep.
Activate the shrine.
We get
And
the
now-
heroics on this
Yep.
side of TipTop, and we get Blink Heal, Blessed Shield, Mighty Gust, Disintegrate, and of course the Sundering on the Thrall.
Alright, so we do have Blink Heal as opposed to Emerald Wind, what we usually see. Well, we have now a nice rotation there by TipTop there at the bottom lane, but it is a Mutin. He will be able to escape thanks to the Dwarf Toss. Sonya here needs to be a little bit careful. There is a Thrall there, and as well as the Falstad. The Falstad is rotating there. The Thrall is taking a lot of damage there. Sonya popped there from Berserker. This Thunder will allow him to actually escape there, and a kill there on the Sonya player at the top lane.
Yeah, well played, getting some value out of that global. But we see a bit of pressure play going on there in the bot lane. Brightwing is really low, but Blessed Shield just saves her with that triple stun going on to the Team Tinypool.
Wow, nice job there by Tinypool, and of course clutch escape there for TipTop on the Brightwing player. Almost a kill there. Ooh, and the Tychus is getting here, dropped very low here, but he will get Palm and Cleanse, but the Palm won't pop up, so he will stay very low. Instead, the Brightwing will be taken down, the Thrall is very low, the Falstad is very low, and the Tychus will be taken down, and together with the Karazim, which will provide the Liming with the reset. And Mutin very low, dropping in, but we will be able to secure the kill on the Thrall and the Falstad. What the hell, Mutin? Take a chill pill, please. What the hell was that?
That was the most cocky play I've seen in so long. You know, after level 30, maybe with healing static, I would have, you know, agreed on doing something like that.
Yeah.
But he still managed to pull it off at level 12.
Oh my god.
Even though he didn't survive, it was still lovely to see.
I was like, dude, you're so low, what are you doing? But apparently he knew better than me what I was doing. I mean, he did take a Piercing Bolt at level 7, which allows you to hit an extra target. And you know what? He pierced Bolt both the Falstad and the Thrall. What the hell? Oh my god, and the kill there on the Joanna. Fantastic rotation there with the Blizzard. Secured the kill there on Joanna. And Team Tinypool are in the lead with level 13 there.
But it seems like still Team Tinypool have trouble to getting any pressure in the top lane and capturing that shrine. They're often 4 down here, and the Sonya is all alone in the top lane and getting pushed back by the Falstad and the Thrall.
Yep. You know that I'm not surprised about this, how it works out, because I mean, after all, TipTop, they have double global, which really just gives Sonya a nightmare, because at any point in time she can be rotated on and she has no escape. When a lot of damage on the Sonya in the top lane there, she's dropping very low. There's the Karazim with the Palm there, which will connect and trigger there, but she's very low, but I think it should be able to allow her to escape. She does look for this to engage again, but no kill there. However, she did manage to bait the Gust there.
And also the Sundering went down, so there were a lot of heroics spent not being able to kill that Sonya. So that would be a great win for Team Tinypool there. And they do secure this top temple. And let's see if they can secure a Dragon Knight here.
Yep. They have control of bot shrine, which means that now the pressure is in the middle lane. Ooh, but they managed to get the Jaina kill there. We kind of missed it there at the bottom lane there. There's still a Muradin there, goes in a 1 versus 2, but nobody cares there because it is a Muradin. Stormbolt will connect here with double heroes there, still doing a lot of damage to Muradin there, but he's getting the rotation help he needs from the Karzem right before Thrall rotated to the bottom as well, making it a 4 versus 1 situation. Ooh, the Tyke is taking a lot of damage. I think he should be able to escape there. Ooh, 40 hit points.
Yeah. I like this kind of Merlin play that comes out from Trollbolt right now, where replacing kind of like an assassin. I wouldn't surprise me. Oh, he gets caught here in the rotation. Gets
in the palm.
Nice. See if he's managed to jump out. Just barely escapes there.
Wow.
Taking a bit of extra damage, but yeah, good escape from Merlin. But as I said, I like him to when he plays him more like an assassin right there for the extra damage. Wouldn't surprise me if he goes for the axe at level 16.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. And by the way, I have to admit, he plays fantastically well on the Muradin. I haven't seen a Muradin like this in quite a while now. He plays very aggressive and it seems like he's very comfortable with that hero, knowing exactly what's the limit of the Muradin. Because again, you know, he plays very aggressive and he knows exactly when to get out. And by the way, Thrall here, the flanking from the top there, looking for some nice thundering there with the Liming taking a lot of damage here. The bottom lane, there's a good amount of damage done there by Team Tinypool on TipTop, and the Thrall is dropping very low. The Tychus is just shooting at him, destroying him completely there, and Thrall will be taken down there. The Muradin again jumps forward there, doesn't give a damn about anything. What, at 4th there? I don't care, I'm just gonna jump in.
Yeah, I think we have the BKB of Heroes launch confirmed. It's Trollbolt. He hasn't given a damn. He just goes in, jumps, body hops, healing static, and nothing can stop him.
Ooh, and the Gust there again, prematurely used by the Falstad, I feel like. But still, TipTop are doing whatever they can to try and delay this Dragon Knight, because I mean, this is at 12 minutes, soon 13 minutes Dragon Knight, and those are becoming a little bit scary. Muradin jumps in with a draw from, misses the Stormbolt, however. Then this Blast Shield from the Joanna will delay a little bit of it and buy them a little bit of time. The Jaina will take the palm, but it won't be triggering. Falstad dropping very low, and Sonya is on the chase and will secure the kill. And Joanna too, nice thundering there, will allow the team to disengage here, but they are looking to re-engage possibly. I don't think so. They don't have any more heroics on their side. TipTop are being pushed back, and like you mentioned a few times actually, they are undefeated so far, and it seems like they are on the back foot in this game since basically the beginning.
Yeah, it's impressive play coming out from Team Tinypool, and we don't get to see give him an axe from Muradin. Instead he aims to go for that heavy impact. It's also a lovely talent to go in to get that extra stun, makes the follow-up even easier, even if it's just your own Stormbolt, or you know, it would enable for like a 2-second stun together with the Stormbolt and the heavy impact to enable maybe a Ring of Frost combo to come off even easier.
Yeah, definitely. That's actually a good point. I mean, we talked about this at length quite. The Ring of Frost, gonna be a hard time to get value, but all of a sudden with Piercing Bolt from the Muradin, with the heavy impact, it might be that much more easy for Jaina to actually land her Ring of Frost. By the way, Joanna here in this skirmish getting a lot of damage on her, already at half hit points there, but they are looking to disengage here. However, TipTop are on the chase a little bit, and you know what? Ooh, nice there, Spirit Wolf, but not enough damage to actually follow up. TipTop are, as mentioned, they are on the back foot, and I feel like they might need to look to make something happen here, because they are already a level behind here, which means that if they just play passively, both teams just play passively, soak their lanes, don't look to make anything happen, that means that Team Tinypool will hit their Storm Talent that much faster than TipTop, which will just give them a big window of opportunity to make something happen there. For some reason, Falstad died, but he's alive. So again, the bug continues, where it announces random heroes to be killed. But as mentioned, if both teams play the same, Tinypool will hit level 20 that much faster.
Yeah, and if you look on the talents in Team TipTop, they really respect the players on Team Tinypool, with Diamond Skin going into the Liming, Forked Lightning on the Thrall, Holy Renewal on the Johanna. It's all kind of, you know, for Thrall, it's poking, and for Liming, it's safety with the teleports, extra shields, and Johanna extra healing from her shield glare. It's not really aggressive talents they're picking.
Yeah, that's true. And by the way, I just want to point out for the viewers, I know we've been a little bit, we're pointing out a few times that TipTop were undefeated, or are still undefeated. But keep in mind, there are 4 players in their original roster. Incognito, the Thrall player, is the substitute. So they are playing with one new player that they haven't actually played before with. So keep that in mind. Just kind of pointing it out that even if they do get defeated here, still they were not at their original rooster. So
free him and destroy your enemy.
Yeah, Murugan goes in for a fight on the shrine, lands a Stormbolt to the Thrall, and decides to disengage. A bad position to go in 4 versus 5.
They need to be careful because the Sonya player is at the top lane clearing it up. So they really need to be a little bit careful there on the side of Team Titanfall, especially when they're so close to level 20.
Yeah, they're pretty much just delaying at this point to get the fight at 20, and it's a great decision.
Yep. And it seems like they will get 20 very soon here without too much contention from the side of TipTop, and it's a little bit surprising, a little bit sad to see. I was expecting a little bit more aggression from TipTop there, trying to make something happen before 20, but as it stands, it looks like this Dragon Knight is gonna go, or should be going to Team Titanfall simply because they do have the Storm Talent. But ooh, we do have a fight right before Storm Talents. Nice Thundering there, but the Thrall, but it's not gonna be enough. He will still be taken down there, and they will have their levels 20 hit right in the beginning of this fight there with the Thrall kill there. So a little bit of a misplay there, fighting a little bit early of time, but still they do manage to make it a 1, a 2, and a 3 kill there in favor of Team Titanfall with the secured kill on the Brightwing and the Johanna, which means that, again, Dragon Knight here is going to be going in favor of Team Titanfall.
Yeah, great lockdown the gut with the Meridian now, and you see him jumping into the team of TipTop, locking them down for the Sonya to Whirlwind and the Jaina to drop a Blizzard. It's so much damage going on.
Yep. So we do have Storm Talent, we do have Ignore Pain here on the Sonya, Storm Shield on the Karazim, Ice Block on the Jaina. Kinda surprised he goes with Hardened Shield, the Muradin. I would expect something more aggressive to fit his playstyle, but he will go with Hardened Shield and Seasonal Attack on the Tychus, looking to punish even more the front line that looks to dive.
Oh, the Thrall is pretty far out, but luckily for him, he gets punted out by the Dragon Knight and managed to survive for now.
Yeah, so the first keep of the game has been taken down there for TipTop. So now the mid lane is going to be under constant pressure, and I mean, look at the structures of the map here. There's just nothing here anymore left for TipTop except for those 2 keeps. On the other hand, for Team Titanfall, they have everything up and alive there. All forts are up. So structure-wise, they are so far ahead that it's just going to be very difficult for TipTop, even if they win a team fight at this stage of the game, to actually make something happen. So just so much pressure on their shoulders right now to win the game, because they don't only need to do a team wipe once, they need to actually win 2 team fights. The first one allow them to actually make a path to the core, and then the second one which will actually allow them to go all the way to the core. So rough spot here for TipTop, but definitely far from over.
Yeah, it's a really tough spot when you lost all your fort and a keep, and the other ones gets everything up. But I think they're going for a team fight right now at this siege camp here. Yeah,
a little bit awkward decision, but still they have level Storm Talents on the side of TipTop, so they should be completely fine with this Meridian taking out. Ooh, nice 5-man Thundering there from the Thrall, but will they have able to follow it up? The Ring of Frost will catch only the Thrall there, but it is enough there. And by the way, Falstad not with Epic Mount there, instead gonna go with an improved Gust, which, you know what, might have saved them right there. The Sonya dropping very low. Muradin popped Hardened Shield and is dropping very low there. He might be actually taken down there right as it's over. Palm was used on him, but won't be triggered. Instead, they will look to disengage, and TipTop, for the first time actually, I think, kind of came on top of a team fight.
Yeah, it seems like the Storm Talents and maybe the Burst shielding from the Storm Shield coming out from Brightwing will help them a lot. And the Wind Tunnel is really great in, you know, small spaces like the corridor here with the mercenaries. But you know, it will save them potentially in team fights, but they lose out on the Epic Mount and the potential to use the shrines to their advantage.
Yeah, I really have to be a little bit criticizing here about this wind tunnel. I mean, I like to choose it if you're going for the core. If you know your team is at the enemy core, and you know what, you can potentially end the game, so take wind tunnel, but we can talk about this later. We do have another skirmish here. Johnny dropping very low there. She does have indestructible, so remember this Thrall is very front there, dropping very low there. Will use Thunder to disengage her, but still he's very isolated there. Might be taken down, and wind tunnel again being used there to much effect there. Muradin is dropping very low as well. He doesn't have hardened shield anymore. He does get the cleanse on him, but I don't think it's enough there. Ooh, and the nice kill there on the Tychus and the Thrall. 1-for-1 exchange offer. The Sonya is in a lot of trouble there. No palm from the Karazim was used there, and she will be taken down again. And TipTop again coming out ahead of a team fight for the second time in a row here.
Yeah, Team Tinypool have been positioning really aggressive for the team fights here and attacking them. Usually when I think TipTop is in a pretty safe and good position, I would like them to maybe take the fight at one of the shrines instead, where there's nothing to fall back on for Team TipTop.
Yeah. When we do have here a skirmish, but to remember, it is a 3 versus 4 there, so they need to be careful there on the side of Team Tinypool. The Leeming is taking a lot of damage, but the Brightwing is able to keep her alive there with the blink heal there. The polymorph is gonna go on the Muradin, and now they are on the chase there. They need to be very careful there. They're still doing their very best to delay there. Falstad is finally joining into the fight here, making it a 5 versus 4, a 4 versus 3. Sorry about that. In favor of TipTop, and wow, their first DK off the game for TipTop. Are we seeing a comeback?
And then at 23 minutes in, these Dragonites are so strong, they hit for so much, and if you manage to keep her health up, you know, Firewall could easily get a keep. But still, Falstad is a little bit too far forward and gets blown up. You know.
Yeah, so nice from Team Tinypool managing to get a little bit of something done here during the Dragonite, because as I mentioned, it's a fairly late Dragonite, and it can do a lot of damage. I mean, we saw the Fort taken down very quickly, who Sundering has to be used there defensively, allowing the Johanna to run to safety there. Oh, and the Li Ming is taking a lot of damage from the Sonya with the Spirit. She managed to connect, and Johanna is in a lot of trouble. She does pop Iron Skin there. I think she still have Indestructible available, so she wasn't in any imminent death there. But still, fantastic job by Team Tinypool. Look at this, managing to push the Dragonite all the way back to TipTop space. And Sonya, however, is very isolated and will be taken down there. So a good job by TipTop, kind of managing to... Ooh, and the counter kill there on the Thrall. The Jaina had to pop Ice Block. They're kind of saving her. But still, Johanna is very low. Leeming is very low. The Dragonite is being chased there. Wow.
I don't know what to say about this fight. It was an interesting one for sure. It was, you know, great way of Team Tinypool to push them all the way back there. And some might think like, oh, why didn't they use the Dragonite to push there? But as Falstad has already gone down and you have a Dragonite pushing, Team Tinypool with 5 people left, they could have just gone core. So it's you know, a good decision to pull the Dragonite back.
Yeah, we also have to remember Team Tinypool, they have a Tychus player, and Tychus's minigun does work on the Dragonite. It does cut down his hit point by percentage. So they have a lot of power there when it comes to killing out the Dragon. Ooh, and a lot of damage done there on the Brightwing. Nice dwarf toss by the Muradin, stunning the Brightwing once again, dropping her hit one that much more. But now the counter engagement there by TipTop there, doing a lot of damage, but Brightwing still under a lot of pressure by the Mutant player, doing some fantastic job zoning out the backline.
Yeah, Trouble's been on point in that Muradin all game long. I'm really impressed by this play.
Yep.
Whew. And
really
Team
back and forth
Tinypool
game.
goes for this. Yeah, goes for this aggressive camp steal again, putting some extra pressure there on the bot lane. And TipTop just lets them. They don't want to take a fight, you know, so close to the base where they risk to losing, and give the potential core rush to Team Tinypool.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when, even if they had won a fight over the camp, the victory would have been relatively small. They wouldn't have been able to probably end the game after such a fight. So.
Ooh, and the entirety of TipTop are the top lane there. It might give the opportunity for Team Tinypool to actually push the bottom lane, but nope, they are not gonna push it. I'm a little bit surprised. The moment you detect all the members in one lane, you can easily push the other lane, especially in this case when you have a giant camp and some wave already going there. I mean, they could have secured... this keep might already be taken down anyway, since the minion buffs, but still, I'm really surprised they didn't go for an immediate rotation there, but it doesn't matter because the keep will be taken down, and it's not just any keep, it's gonna be the bottom keep, which is the most important keep in this map, simply because you have giants on the bottom lane that potentially push. So, fantastic job by Team Tinypool, opening up another lane now that's gonna be constantly pressuring TipTop.
Yeah, with opening another lane, it makes it even more difficult to hold those shrines, and they'll pretty much have to focus all their attention to the mid and the bottom half of the map all the time. Luckily, they have the Falstad, so should they win a fight, it's easy for him to go up and grab the shrine. But they're in a tough spot.
Yep. And I have to say though, ever since TipTop reach their storm talents, the game is significantly more even. I mean, we can even see in experience, both of them are just dead even, 23 and a bit on both teams, and I would even say that TipTop has a slight advantage in that XP. Less relevant now, of course, because there's no more talents to be gained, but still, it's something to say considering they were behind all game long, that they're actually managing to come back here at the late game. So good job by them.
Yeah, they pretty much won every team fights after 20, except for when they had the Dragon Knight. They're pretty handily, I think. So they're really more comfortable after 20 here.
We do see heavy engagement finally happening. The Falstad is getting a lot of damage. Ring of Frost won't hit anyone there, and the Wind Tunnel will not do anything there as the Thrall was too far ahead, overextended, and will be taken down there. So 5 vs 4 here in favor of Team Tinypool. The Sonya is a little bit low on the hit points. Be careful there. They are chasing the Brightwing, but I don't think they can actually secure any kill here. They need to be very careful. Muradin dwarf those in very aggressively. Will pop their Hardened Shield there. The Johanna is taken down there. She's getting a lot of damage on her. She does have the indestructible, but still she will be coming out of it with very little amount of hit points, and she will be taken down together with the Brightwing. And this can be game. The Sonya dropping very low there with the palm being triggered on her. Or not, and yes, it will be triggered on her by the Li Ming. So thank you, Li Ming, for securing this palm, but still, they managed to secure 2 kills there at the very end there on the Jaina and the Karzim. And I don't think they can end the game just yet. They are very low on hit points. Everyone on the side of Team Tinypool, they need to be very careful. And actually, if they just rotate to the Dragon Knight, they can finish the game at that point. And yeah, we can see that Tychus is doing that. Yep.
Yeah, they only need to grab the bot one, and we'll get this huge push going on in the top lane too, so that keep will probably fall. Yeah, and with catapults joining from every lane, and we've got already 3 on the core, or is it 2? I don't know what the third one is doing there. The core is dropping so quickly, and it's now at 19%, and the Dragon is secure, and this is GG.
So game number 1 here. Fantastically played by both teams. However, Team Tinypool was dominating most of the game. We had a small comeback during the end there, but still, post 20, both teams played. About that, whenever I don't know why it happens, but switching scenes for some reason crashes my OBS randomly. I did try to fix it yesterday, but apparently, of course, it hasn't been fixed because we just crashed. So there's that. But yeah, anyway, restarted the stream. Not a big deal, I hope so. I guess I'll look more into some extra solutions about why my stream is crashing on switching scenes. Anyway, let's go back into the game here under the draft here. So TipTop banned the Zul there, Team Tinypool banned the Sylvanas. So you know, those were one of the heroes I talked about, the Sylvanas, Kerrigan, Zul. Those are 3 very impactful heroes here. You also got Falstad, Brightwing, you know, the globals. They're really good here. And of course, as far as shrine control goes, Sonya, very good here. Diablo very good. Arthas very good. All of those heroes really good. So we can already see the Team Tiny Pool went with their Kerrigan player, with the Kerrigan pick here, and TipTop went with the Sonya and Tyrael. Really strong duo here for TipTop already from the get-go. Of course, Team Tiny Pool, they have the Kerrigan. They don't have certification for her anymore, but they might choose to go actually with an Uther here to kinda secure some hard defensive for Kerrigan. Of course, they can also just go with the Rhaegar. Ancestral works really well with Kerrigan anyway. So wouldn't be surprised if they actually choose to secure either of those heroes for their team. Of course, we see that Tiny Pool, they did ban Sylvanas and TipTop did ban Zul, so no shenanigans from specialists here, no double stock from the Zul, no Punisher danger with the Sylvanas. So yeah. So Team Tiny Pool did secure Mirrodin, not a big surprise in my opinion, not after we've seen Mirrodin in game number 1 here, played by Trollball. So not a big surprise. Obviously a hero he's very comfortable playing, or she, I don't know. But definitely a hero that's very comfortable for Team Tiny Pool, and they're gonna secure also the Falstad in their favor. TipTop, they have now a slight advantage in the ban phase, the second ban phase, because they do go first in the ban phase here, which means that they can actually ban first and pick first. So we talked about supports here a little bit about Uther Rhaegar, which both of them work really well with the Kerrigan. So wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna see a ban on either of those and then a pick of either of those from TipTop, and kind of go for the role isolation that happens very often. So we will see if they have something similar in mind. Of course, there's a lot of other options here that they keep to themselves, and instead they're gonna go with a KT ban. Very surprising, because they did ban KT in game number 1 as well, and I don't know if Team Tiny Pool actually prioritized KT as their backline. Very interesting. So Team Tiny Pool, they have the choice now. Again, a lot of options for them available. They can definitely go with something like a Brightwing ban here. I wouldn't be too surprised. TipTop, they have no global on this map, and it's a pretty big map, Inferno Shrines, and they still need the support. Of course, Falstad already taken for Team Tiny Pool, so that's not an option. Plus, that means they have a global for themselves. So banning something like a Brightwing here would work in their favor, because that will leave TipTop without any global presence. Of course, there's still heroes like Abathur, Lost Vikings, but we don't actually see them being played very much, which is why I kind of don't consider him just yet. And especially considering the TipTop composition, I really don't see how either of those can work really well with how they open the game. So instead, Team Tiny Pool actually gonna go with Zagara there as their ban. Okay, that's completely fine as well. I mean, Brightwing would just deny global, would be the role isolation, quote unquote, in the sense that you would isolate globals and give them the monopoly on it. But instead they're gonna go and ban the Zagara, which means that now TipTop, they don't have any push potential really. I mean, they have a really strong solo laner, Sonya, but what else? Like, they don't really have any way to wave clear really fast, and they actually chose Jaina. Probably one of the reasons for it is that she has a really good wave clear. She can do it very safely. She's a very solid hero for that purpose, as well as others, as well as, you know, with the shrine. She can just blizzard from far away, snag, steal some skeletons. Definitely good hero on this map, and I actually like her here. And they also will secure the Tychus there. A little bit of an interesting choice there. I guess they're really afraid of the Mirrodin, or if you think about it, they saw game number 1. Mirrodin was very aggressive, was always at the back line. What can punish him the most? What can punish any tank that dives to the backline? Tychus. Tychus does it fantastically well. So I can get behind the Tychus choice here. Team Tiny Pool, think about the Lunara, and you know what? Lunara is fine. She's a fine hero, especially if TipTop, especially when you have a Sonya against you. She's really annoying for Sonya to deal with. It's something I personally recommend. I don't even know why I recommend it to you guys, because I love playing Sonya, but still, if you see a Sonya and Lunara fits the composition, Lunara can do a lot of damage. So they are gonna go with the Lunara here. TipTop gonna pick Uriel, it seems like, as their last pick here as a support. Keep in mind though, Uriel does not have clans, and Team Tiny Pool, they have a Mirrodin, they have a Kerrigan. So really interesting choice there to go with the Uriel, and you know, forgetting about having clans on your team. It can really come back and bite them. Oh, sure. Sorry, Cosmic, I didn't actually check Discord while I was doing this. Cosmic, if you're still hearing me, you can come and join me in the channel if you want to co-cast with me. My honor, man. Do me the honors. Yeah. So we do have the draft up and ready here. They did secure the Uriel. So again, keep in mind, no clans for TipTop, which can be something very, very dangerous and something that Team Tinypool can definitely capitalize on, and definitely will kind of automatically, because they have a Kerrigan, and as we've seen, they have a very aggressive Mirrodin. So something to keep in mind there. Interesting choice there with the Uriel. We'll see how it works out for them. Yeah. Yeah. However, I do want to point out, it seems like I'm kind of slaughtering Uriel, but need to keep in mind that the saving grace of Uriel is that she does have her heroic at level 10, which is almost, let's be real, it's always gonna be the Aegis.
Hell, it's about damn time.
It's about damn time indeed. So she does have her Aegis at level 10, and that can definitely save someone from the Kerrigan combo. So that is something to keep in mind, but still it is a heroic in exchange for combo, so kinda worth every time for a Kerrigan player anyway, but it really depends on the follow-up of TipTop, if they can counter-engage properly, etc, etc. Alright. Oh wait, but sec.
Hello.
Hey, Cosmic, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Can you hear me okay? It's
Yeah,
good
I
to
can
be here.
hear you okay. First time we're casting together, but before we gonna do this small chit chat, the actually players are ready in the lobby, so I'll throw you an invite really quickly so we can start it.
Sure, let me just accept that. And we're ready. I need to be ready, I guess. Am I an observer? I am.
Alright.
Great.
Alright. Okay, so wow, first time we're getting to co-cast together. Interesting to see if interesting to see how well we're gonna do together. So the game has launched and we are in the loading screen right now. And you've seen the draft. Maybe you can, share some of your thoughts about the draft from both sides.
So, yeah, generally speaking, I really like the double tank and the Tyrael Sonya. I think that works really, really well together. But having said that, you've mentioned it before, this is a rather large map. Having globals is also extremely useful, and on that respect, I think the Falstad will be an incredibly valuable asset. Being able to get that additional soap before flying up to get the shrine is going to be something which is extremely good. Coupled with the Kerrigan, which can easily clear the shrine on her own if she's just left by herself. I'm really going to have to give it to the red team here.
Alright, so let's start with the team introduction here. On the left side we have TipTop with Illumi on Tyrael, Halomi there on Uriel, Incognito on the Jaina, Bjorn on the Sonya, and Haft on the Tychus.
And on the right side in the red team we have Killswitch on Falstad, we have Engar on Kerrigan, we have Pinulver on Nara, we have Krishino on Rhaegar, and we have Trollbot on Muradin.
Right, well, for what it's worth, I'm not English and I'm also having trouble with some of the players' names, so you know what, it's kind of nice to see that English people do have problems as well.
Perfectly. Well, we're going to see a skirmish in the middle lane as is tradition.
Yeah, no Sylvanas on either of the sides. I mean, she was banned in the first wave, in the first stage there, so no Sylvanas Tower Rush shenanigans here in this game. Also, of course, no Sylvanas Punisher pressure on either side here, so pretty in that sense very, very ordinary game to be expected here. We already see the rotation here of the Falstad at the top lane versus the Jaina at the top lane, and the rest of the team are looking to rotate S4 between mid and bot.
And they're going to have to, because Tychus has already cleared that lane on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So looks like they'll get there in time, while Meriden is left alone to deal with the 3 members in the mid lane.
Right, they got it in time, but they did miss 1 minion, which at the beginning of the game is actually kind of a big deal. It's 1/7 of the wave's experience if you think about that, but still not the worst. Of course, not game ending or something like that, but still.
Skirmish in the middle lane, Tyrael getting quite low, able to get away, no problem.
Yeah, it's a good amount of damage there by Team Tinypool, already forcing a tap there from the Tyrael player, and this is something to keep in mind. Team Tinypool, they have the Lunara, and Lunara can do so much damage. She just gets the dots on you, she then slows you, which just allows her to connect more of the dot damage on you, and very easily she can chunk a lot of your hit points, forcing you back very quickly. Of course, she doesn't have any burst potential, but still she has the potential for a lot of pressure.
Absolutely, and this position of the first shrine I think is going to work out quite nicely for the red team here, which I believe are TipTop. I don't have the
Tinypool. Sorry.
Tinypool, sorry. Because Jaina is going to have to go down and leave the top lane if she wants to get to the shrine in time. And Falstad is able to quickly clear off the lane and fly down if need be.
We do have here some small skirmish.
that-
Yeah, while we say that there was a small skirmish at the bottom there, getting Kerrigan immediately down there. Rhaegar is taking a lot of damage as well as the Tychus there, but the Mutant now is on the chase thanks to the Tychus player
Very
with his
low.
minigun. Yeah.
Still the early section of the game. Kerrigan is already back and the shrine has now been started.
Yeah, so not the
Jaina
biggest
now
deal.
making her way down
Not the
into
biggest
fight.
deal. So this is the advantage of this is the advantage of the globals actually that you can see here, because Falstad is still at the top lane there. Oh, he's not actually not clearing the wave and instead rotating
Nope,
immediately
he
to
has
the
to
shrine.
come down. It's if they want to contest this shrine, it's a 5v4 unless he comes, and they're going at it. Tyka's coming down low, immediately taken out. The Kerrigan on the counter blow.
Yeah, so
And still 4v4 here.
yeah, really good start there for Team Tinypool, getting the combo and insta-gib on the Tychus, but there was enough follow-up to punish the Kerrigan and instantly remove her from the match. So 1 for 1 here, and at the end of the day it does favor TipTop because they're just so much ahead as far as skeleton count goes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, but the red team still has the better wave clear, I think. But that's not going to help if the Punisher has already been taken. John Cena, it's the first one, and it's the Arcane, able to do a lot of damage if it's generally not the first one. And they mess up the wall jump, so they're going to get a lot of value out of this Arcane Punisher.
Yeah.
Much more than you would have expected.
Definitely a pretty big misplay, because now all of a sudden the fort is completely open and the Punisher is pretty healthy, and this could be a very quick fort despite the fact that there's no Sylvanas on either of the teams here. So this is something that, you know, doesn't happen very often, where such an early Punisher gets an entire fort down. Usually just the front wall and that's it. And
absolutely, it's going to show you the power of that Arcane Punisher. Those Arcane beams going around, just slowly chipping away at the fort and able to take it down on the first one.
yeah, and TipTop are looking much better than game number 1 here. They're actually in the lead there, despite the fact that Team Tinypool, they have the Falstad, so they should have the better global presence here, better soaking, but that's not the case anymore. They're actually quite significantly ahead, almost a full level ahead this early in the game, which means that they have level 7 much more faster.
Yeah, they've got the talent advantage, but they've got the 3v4 in the middle lane. Wasn't able to take anything from it though, unfortunately.
Yeah, but they did manage to actually come, despite the fact that it was a 3 versus 4 in favor of Team Tinypool, TipTop actually came out ahead in this exchange. They just took out so much damage, they did so much damage, sorry, on Team Tinypool in that exchange that they actually forced double tap there on their side, so good job for them,
But
looking much stronger.
We've got to look more into the late game. Lunara, when you start reaching very long games, can start dishing out an insane amount of damage.
Definitely, but we need to keep in mind that this is very true what you said. However, TipTop, they have Uriel, and Uriel is a hero that really excels in those situations, in prolonged team fights, simply because she doesn't have mana. So,
absolutely.
Interesting interaction between Ulara and Uriel. One that I think actually kind of favors the Uriel player at the end of the day, simply because of the no mana issue.
Uriel, one of the newest heroes added to the game and showing it to be quite strong already. So
we do have the second shrine here is about to be spawning there. TipTop are with XP advantage. Ooh, Tychus going very forward there, chasing the Lunara. And now the Muradin jumping in. He does get the cleanse on him, but he's getting body blocked.
That's a extremely poor time for Muradin to die. That means that the blue team is able to claim the shrine without the tank on the opposing side, and that will probably secure them level 10 along with that.
Yeah. Really, like, Tychus completely overextended, it felt like, but he had enough fallout from his team to actually secure eventually the kill on the Muradin. So eventually, I mean, everything turned out very well for TipTop here, and again, they are in the lead. They're gonna have the level 10. They're gonna have the second Punisher in their favor, and Team Tinypool seems like kinda slowly but surely they are getting more and more behind.
Yeah, certainly looks like that. I mean, it looks like Tinypool are just gonna leave this, while TipTop, obviously with the level 10 Tanits, they're just going to take this, and the red team is just going to have to take the damage. But while we say that, let's have a look at the level 10 that they've taken. We've seen the Laser Drill on the Tychus, we see Ring of Frost, we see Crystal Aegis, Sanctification, and Leap taken on the Sonya.
Ooh, interesting.
What do you think about that choice on Leap?
I'm completely fine. I already mentioned at the beginning of the draft, one of the better counters to a Sonya is Lunara. You can just kite the Sonya, even if she connects with the spear on you. Like, you can still just disengage very easily, very quickly, because you're just naturally more mobile. So having Leap just allows you to get to the back line there and, you know, try to get a kill there with enough follow-up from your teammates. But of course, they will need to have a lot of communication there for it to happen. Double combo there by the Kerrigan and the Leap.
The Leap, they were just saying, and the Sanct on top of that. What a combo.
That's fantastic then. The Ray guy dropping very low there, and can they secure the kill? And yes, they can secure. Fantastic job there.
That's 3 for 0, and the Punisher is still somehow alive.
Yeah.
It'll fall very quickly though. This could be a keep wall.
It is a keep wall. Seems like at least one tower is down. They are putting a little bit of pressure on the second wall, but I think they're gonna be looking to disengage here. Seeing as Kerrigan is back in action, Falstad, and all of them are very healthy. Yeah, it's a fantastic job here by TipTop so far. Really in control of the fights from the beginning.
Yeah. And TipTop are they're about halfway through level 12 to level 13. So if Tinypool want to try to be on the same tier, they're gonna have to do something soon.
Yeah, and by the way, just want to point out, Tychus at level 4 did take in the rhythm. So he's just looking to stand there and spamming his minigun, and I'm not surprised. I mean, this is what we talked about earlier in the draft. You take a Tychus. I mean, you saw already the Muradin on the enemy team. Trollbolt plays very aggressive on the backline, so in the rhythm just allows you to sit there, relax, and kill the Muradin very easily. So not a big surprise, and definitely something that Trollbolt, the Muradin player, needs to keep in mind.
Yeah, I mean, you can see in every fight, Muradin's health is just melting so quickly, just due to that Tychus.
Yep. So we do have level 13 here for TipTop. A lot of advantage for them. They have a full level lead, a talent advantage as well, and we do see him. That's the stuff for the Tychus, and that's the last piece of the puzzle that he needs in order to just sit there.
It looks like Kerrigan might get caught out of position here.
Yep.
Yep.
Ooh, triple combo there. Actually, it might be a counter engagement. Fantastic for them. The Kerrigan dropping very low, but the Aegis will save Tychus. Wow.
That looked as though it could have turned against the blue team there. It was, that being said, there are 3 ultimates now on cooldown for TipTop, as opposed to just 1 used on Tinypool.
Yeah, wow, this was very close. I mean, they tried to make something happen with Kerrigan, and I don't blame them. They had the level advantage, the talent advantage, but, you know, the triple combo there on the Kerrigan almost gave opportunity for Tinypool to get a good counter engagement, but you know what? The Aegis saved the Tychus player from the Uriel, and eventually led to the Kerrigan kill. I really like the
placement on this laser drill as well. They can't leave the gate without being targeted by it.
Yeah.
As they go around. But it looks like it's going to be yet another John Cena going in the way of TipTop.
Yeah, so again, Punisher for TipTop team, and that probably means if things are going to be going the same, that the third fourth of the game here, the last fourth for Team Tinypool will be taken down there. And Muradin is in position to bait the jump, and he has been, but cleanse on him as well there, just for the Punisher. Got a little bit used there, kind of wasted. Interesting. Oh, we do have the only single combo there on the Sonya. The Kerrigan is trying to go hand there, and Sonya with the leap.
That's 2.
Oh,
That leap sanctification combo is deadly.
yeah. And you know what?
See Oriole doing work.
This is what we were talking about. We saw the leap, and we said they gonna need to have follow-up. And they have every single time. She goes in for the leap, and immediately Tyrael's follow her up with certification, with Blizzard from the Jaina, Ring of Frost if possible. So fantastic level of communication here for TipTop.
Really love to see this from these amateur teams.
Yeah.
It's a joy to watch. And it could. Are they going for the keep as well?
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to be able to do it with the laser drill. 12 minutes into the game, the first keep goes down. Huge advantage there to
And a level
Team
16.
TipTop.
And a level 16 advantage as well. More than 2 levels ahead here for TipTop. What did they drink between game number 1 and 2? I want to know.
I was watching the game number 1 as well, and it went on for a long time, and it looks like they are not tired at all. They are going in here at this game number 2. They want to take it all away.
And I like it. I love it. They're so aggressive. I love it. They have level 16 advantage. Why not play aggressive? This is something I'm mentioning very, very often in a lot of the games I get to cast. That when you have the advantage, just look to make something fight. And Ring of Frost will be used here, but not gonna hit anyone's certification here. For the tier is fantastic. The Rhaegar dropping very low, and the Sonya will finish him off. This is a 3-for-0 exchange so far.
Oh, holy ground being used there to cut off the Lunara's escape.
Fantastic.
And it looks like even Muradin might go down as well. Uses Avatar. Is it going to be enough? I don't think
No.
so. That's a team wipe.
Fantastic. I love it. I mean, again, as I started to say, I oftentimes say when you have an advantage, go look for a fight. Be aggressive on the map. You know
They're
what?
trying to finish the game here.
And-
They've got a two catapults pushing with them.
I think they
They
can.
might be able to do it.
They have a Sonya at the end of the day. They also have a Tychus with just decent amount of damage.
Gust is going to be back in 5 seconds, so maybe they're going to try to use that as soon as possible.
I think it might be just too late.
But it's not enough.
Oh my god.
Already,
This is-
GG.
What?
Unbelievable.
Wow. So TipTop are definitely back into this game. I have no idea what changed between game number 1 and game number 2, but TipTop definitely had something going on there in the break. Fantastic, fantastic play by them.
Just goes to show how little I know about this game.
Wow.
Simply fantastic game from TipTop, and if I'm not mistaken, that means we go to a game 3.
Yeah, we are gonna go to game number 3, but before that, of course, we're gonna get a 2 minutes break. Let the team kind of get a little more rest, prepare the draft, prepare the lobby, guys. So 2 minutes break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Avatar getting your visor, but he can you get away? Oh, looks like he will get away. Really close, really close. Quintex was on time there. Jumped on the Zora too, but really powerless. He's close. But they get the clearance. Reyna down. Nice bomb here on Kerta. Oh, great move. Great move. Now they kill Joanna.
Oh my god,
And
finally
the
a
mosh
combo.
pit. Well played.
Finally the wombo combo works here. They got a
fight it out. Stop talk. Dropping really low and he's down. Oh, and the
Holy
that
me.
win.
Oh, this was speechless.
Oh, and the hook against Quintex.
Oh, just beautiful.
Oh my god. Oh, Zapata. He's trying to get the boss for the 8.
I don't know.
I would think he's trying to shield, of course. Can survive a little bit, but I think that's too much AoE damage. Don't be already dropping.
Oh my god, look at this
Yeah.
Mira.
He's dying. He's not dying, but are the others dying? Oh, just okay. Never mind. Leave. Right way down.
His Miro God, what the hell? He's taking 2 people down already. Oh, and he's good finally and scary again. And really good and so scary. And Must is still there with the Baylor copy, trying to kill Bucky, and that was an almost one. That was an almost. So hey guys, Heartless here, and with me is Cosmic. Cosmic,
Very
how are
happy
you?
to be here. I'm doing extremely well. After the turnaround in Game 2, I am excited to see what both teams are able to take up for Game 3.
Definitely. So we are now in game number 3 between TipTop and Tinypool. And guys, if you haven't watched the VODs, make sure you do watch them after this. Fantastic. Game number 1 was absolutely fantastic. Went in favor of Team Tinypool. And game number 2 was kind of one-sided. Went in favor of TipTop. They changed a lot. Let's say the change between game number 1 and game number 2 for TipTop was quite dramatic. And now we're in game number 3 between TipTop and Tinypool.
Yep, it's quite clear that TipTop really figured out what was going wrong after that first game. Came back for an incredibly short Game 2. I wasn't actually convinced that they were going to be able to take down the core, but they had the pressure, they had the damage. And that Leap Sanctification combo with the Ring of Frost was absolutely devastating.
Yeah, definitely. They had. It's like always a pleasure to watch teams with good coordinations. If you go for some wombo combo execution, even if they're not very complicated, it's very fun. It's very pleasant to watch, especially on hero rounds, because you oftentimes just think, okay, it's amateur league. Players don't really know what to do. Oh my god, they are gold level. Oh my god, they are bronze level. But it doesn't actually matter all of a sudden when you have a lot of communication, and you can see a lot of fantastic stuff to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it does happen, it's absolutely glorious, and it can end up with the games like we just saw. And
yes.
Hopefully, we're going to be able to see another one right now.
Right, so we are still waiting for Team Tinypool to confirm, and we can start the draft. Let me just tell them
Hopefully
again.
they do that.
Alright, there we go. Draft has started. So we're gonna go back to the draft screen. And map number 3 is gonna be on Sky Temple. And again, a very big map. Zagara, Falstad, very, very strong heroes here. Wouldn't be surprised to see them in the first wave here, the first stage of the first half of the game here of the draft.
Yeah. But with saying that, immediately, that was one of the fastest bans I've seen. TipTop take away Falstad, saying, no, we don't want to have this hero at all. They could have picked it themselves. They don't even want it.
Yeah, not a big surprise. Global is very, very strong here. Not surprised that they see Falstad being banned and Zagara being picked by them. Again, those are the 2 heroes I mentioned, and immediately ban pick from them. Very, very solid opening here for TipTop as far as draft and pick goes. But Tinypool, they have 2 picks now in their favor.
Yeah, it's clear that TipTop wanted to take Zagara. They didn't want Tinypool to take Falstad, so banning it in the first round, really smart.
Yeah.
And then we see the Thrall probably being picked to counter the Zagara in the solo lane. And the Rhaegar, of course, very powerful healer. Goes well together.
Right. So this is something very important that you mentioned that I don't see too often. It's the 1v1 in the draft, because in a lot of maps you want to have a very strong solo laner, and you also need someone that can respond to him properly. And it's very nice to see Team Tinypool respecting the Zagara, going with probably the second best choice that you can have versus her, which is the Thrall. The first choice being Chen, but then again it's a Chen, so I don't think you're gonna be picking him this quickly just to counter Zagara. So very solid choice there, going with the Thrall. And TipTop are gonna be going with the Sonya, very good hero on this map. She can deal on her own with a tempo without taking pretty much any damage, especially post 7 when you go ferocious healing. So very fantastic choice here. Go with the Sonya, and gonna go with a Jaina as their backline. Nice.
Yeah, Jaina, extremely powerful hero at the moment. It might be a comfort pick. If I'm not mistaken, they chose it also last time. It seems it's a very strong hero, of course, but we'll have to see what else TipTop go with, because they still need a healer and they probably still need a second tank to go along with Sonya.
Well, definitely. I mean, I've seen like maybe one time Sonya solo tank, but it's not really something very common. So yeah, they will need the tank. Of course, they will need to secure their support here. And you know what? They might actually go with a Brightwing as their support here. It is a big map. Globals are nice here. Fastad is being banned, so Brightwing could actually work pretty nicely with them, and together with the Tyrael, and all of a sudden you have a very, very scary front line there with the Sonya Tyrael certification, together with Brightwing for global presence, some nice heal if they go with Blink. So they have a lot of options right now for TipTop, for sure. But we are in the ban phase, the second ban phase, and the first ban is gonna go for Team Tinypool here.
We're using up a large proportion of their time pool on this ban, and they decide to go with Johanna.
Yep. So interesting choice there, banning the Johanna. What do you think about this? I don't think I would ever prioritize Johanna as a ban material unless there was already Asmo.
Go for a ban of a tank. I mean, they've already banned Tyrael, maybe banning a Muradin, but maybe they wanted to take Muradin, as is what they're showing now. Or I'm not sure Johanna is that big of a threat that you're that scared about your opponents picking her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a good tank on her own, and yeah. But on the counterpoint, TipTop then go and they ban.
What
Typhus.
tanks do they have left for Team TipTop? That's a point to mention, because I mean, Tinypool already banned the Tyrael.
Yeah, I think Muradin would still be a good choice. Muradin is still open.
Oh, by the way, I think I talked about a little bit about the Sonya and the Tyrael and how they can synergize, and of course it was a mistake because Tyrael was banned. I think I was talking a little bit about, I was trying to compare between Brightwing and Uther for some reason, I don't know why. If you catch me doing something, a mistake like this, please correct me. I hate doing that, and usually it comes back to me like in a delay. Like, wait a second, did I really talk about this? Am I an idiot? Am I an idiot? Yeah, okay. So yeah, but as mentioned, what tanks are they gonna choose? And Arthas, and yeah. So.
But we didn't talk about the Vala pick on Team Tinypool.
Indeed,
we worked Vala. People really like her at the moment. I'm excited to see her.
Yeah, Vala went through a rework, and she seems to be a lot more of a solid hero nowadays. Still to be experimented on, I feel like. It doesn't feel like that people have yet discovered like her, or like how to describe it, like the status quo for her, like what's really, really solid. But overall, she feels really, really good to play with compared to how she used to. So interesting choice. See if it pays out for them.
We're just waiting for the last pick from TipTop here, and which support do you think they're going to go for? Brightwing or Karazim, or both?
I think Brightwing is the natural choice for me, considering there's an ETC on the other side. How are you going to interrupt the Mosh? Like you could do it with Spear and Leap and Sonya, but first of all, that means you're gonna go for Leap if you do plan for Leap. Second of all, if you do go for the Spear interruption, that means you really count on Sonya not being in the Marsh, which is very unlikely. And then you're just left with a Zagara and a Maw, which is a very, very long cooldown. So
exactly, you don't want to be using it for that.
Yeah, so Brightwing seems to be a much of a more solid choice here. Plus, it's a big map, like I mentioned at the beginning. So her global is very good here, on top of the fact that she can polymorph the ETC and can work really, really well for them.
Last pick, last game. Are we going to see anything exciting? Is it going to be Medivh? They're taunting us with the pick.
I don't know. They might,
got
because
4 seconds to decide. Are they going to go for it?
Oh my god!
They have it. It's a Medivh game.
Oh my, I love Medivh. He's the only hero that I can think of that has the potential to do some serious playmaking.
Yep.
Wow.
He's so disruptive to the enemy team. You can't do anything without Medivh knowing about it.
Wow.
And I think it goes extremely well.
I'm really excited about it. This is Medivh. I haven't seen him in a long time in Hero Lounge. Obviously, that means that Team Tinypool, they have someone who's very comfortable playing Medivh.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let's see if it pays off for them. they might be a bit shaken after that second game, so hopefully they can pull through.
All right.
And so we are ready
So the
to
draft.
start.
Who do you like? Whose draft do you like more?
Well, you know, I like these different picks, and I like the Medivh pick here. And I'm interested to see how the Valor goes. The only thing I'm concerned about is the follow-up to the Mosh. Medivh can do some damage, but not a lot. Valor also has a lot of damage, and so does Thrall, but it's not that burst damage that you generally need when you want to go with the Mosh. So I like their team. I'd like to say that I prefer them, although the Sonya Arthas front line from TipTop is something to be reckoned with. And
Definitely.
the interrupt for the Mosh is always going to come down on Brightwing since she has the global. So although my first pick was going to be was definitely off, I'm going to have to go with TipTop here.
All right. So just to make things interesting, I'm gonna say that I actually like Tinypool's composition a little bit more, simply because they have the Medivh, so they have the potential to make some plays here with him. And despite the fact that TipTop has a Brightwing, despite the fact that they have a Brightwing, it's only a Brightwing. If you can bait the Polymorph somehow and capitalize on it, you can just slide in for a Mosh. You know, all you need to care about is the Maw and the Polymorph. And this is, of course, assuming we're gonna see Maw here, which, to be honest, I think we will. I don't think we're gonna see Nidus. They already have the global, but you know what? That's only two things you need to care about as an ETC. So
We'll have to see how restrained the Brightwing is.
yeah.
With that polymorph when Mosh is up. But do you
For
want
sure.
to introduce Team TipTop in the meantime?
Right, so Team TipTop here on the left side of the map. In blue, we have Haft on Arthas, Incognito on Jaina, Halloumi on Brightwing, Elumi on Zagara, and Bjorn on Sonya.
And on the right side, we have Team Tinypool with Killswitch on Vala, Engar on Thrall, Pinvulva on Medivh, Trollbolt on ETC, and Krishino on Rhaegar.
Yeah, and already we see the bottom lane there, the expected 1v1 here, Zagara versus Thrall. Very skill-intensive matchup between those two. It's very, very close. So, need to keep an eye on that. See who manages to chunk whose hit points more slowly.
Yep, and we see on the top lane, Jaina already cleared that, pushing it towards the fort, while the scuffle, as usual, happens in the middle lane.
Right, so not too many shenanigans by either of the teams. You'd expect some kind of rotations from ETC, but considering the rotation potential that on their side, it's not very impressive. I mean, you already lose your Thrall to the bottom lane because he's the only one who can effectively deal with the Zagara. So who's actually gonna rotate with ETC? No one really that can have any kind of follow-up to him. So not too much rotation going on Team Tinypool, despite the fact that they have an ETC who's a very strong early game hero.
Yeah. The rotation doesn't seem to be so coordinated. They've just left ETC and Vala in the top lane, while Medivh and Rhaegar have been manning the mid.
Yeah, so nice try there to pick the Arthas there. Body block a little bit missing there. Arthas managing to sneak in, not before, however, getting a lot of damage done on him. Thrall and Zagara, by the way, on the bottom lane, very, very equal. Just look at their hit points and mana. Just so close there.
Just goes to show why you put Thrall in with the Zagara.
Yeah.
And you can see that Tinypool, having captured that central vision, they're going to go for that middle shrine.
When the Sonya
It's
is looking
really
to
risky
have
to go for that middle shrine unless you have that vision. So
yeah,
it's really
Sonya
good that
here
they
with
don't.
the rotation on the Thrall will miss the spear, which will allow the Thrall to sneak away there. But getting a lot of damage done on him.
Which means they're going to miss some soak in the bottom lane. It's going to take some time for that Thrall to come back. And it looks like Tinypool are responding to that by sending the ETC down to deal with the Zagara in the meantime.
Yeah, so right now what we're looking for is for teams to be preparing for the second shrine that we know is going to spawn at the bottom lane. It's going to be a single shrine at the bottom lane. So what you want to do at this stage, and I'm mentioning this every time I'm here, you want to immediately rotate and take the bottom giants there after the first, after the shrines finish. And what you want to do then is at around the 4 minutes mark, as the 4 minutes mark hit, go and capture or start working on the top camps there. Kind of be prepared towards the second shrine phase. And we can see that only on the side of TipTop they have sent their Sonya. They do have their junglist here. This is the Sonya up there working already on the giants at the bottom lane. I wouldn't be surprised if she's gonna be rotating towards the bottom, towards the top camp there right away.
Yeah.
All right.
But it
Arthas,
looks like Team
ahead.
TipTop were trying to maybe pressure that top forward. It's already so low. Being able to take it down would give them the experience advantage, which could mean a lot later on in the game.
yeah. We are about to hit the 4 minutes mark, and the players really need to start working towards those camps, start looking to make rotations towards them, especially on the side of TipTop, because they have the Brightwing. So that could be a lot of potential XP loss if they will skip that. If they have a Brightwing together with the camp pushing top, they can get so much push, so much value, and then have the Brightwing that immediately rotate towards the bottom shrine there.
Absolutely,
So, yeah,
and as you
look at
said,
this. Yeah.
Sonya has gone rotated to the top.
Immediately as the 4 minutes mark. The reason why you want to wait until 4:01 is because, as I mentioned before, camps, bosses, etc., they get buffed every single minute. With every 5 minutes, I think it is, or 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I think, you get a big buff on them. So if you wait a little bit, ooh, and look at this, TipTop are invading.
They're trying to go for it. They're going to steal this camp. They're leaving the shrine though for this.
Yep. Interesting choice there, but
Vala out of position. She's stuck a little bit because it looks like TipTop have...
Arthas denied by the tower. What?
This is not going to be worth it. A somewhat questionable play here, I'd say. What do you think?
Yeah, but Jaina did manage to secure the kill on the Vala there at the top lane. So at the end of the day, a 1-for-1 exchange for both teams, as well as having Tiny Pool taking the majority of the shots there from the bottom shrine, but Zagara is still at the bottom lane, does a lot of damage on Thrall. I don't think she can secure the kill on him. Nope. But Medivh is rotating, and she's very low on hit points, and Medivh is very high. He can actually yeah, and there we go, Zagara kill.
And as you see on the top lane, there's so much pressure from TipTop. That camp that they stole is doing its work, forcing 2 members of Tiny Pool to come back to deal with it.
And what started as quite a questionable rotation and positioning decision from TipTop, where they invaded the top and kind of skipped the shrine, actually worked in their favor, because they got the Thrall kill, they got the Vala kill, they got the fort, and all of a sudden they are very equal in XP, despite the fact that they were behind prior to it. So they are about to hit level 10 there. Ooh, nice power slide by the ATC, isolating the Brightwing. Oh, and a lot of damage done on her, but I don't think they can follow it up on her. She's in awkward position. Sonya is there to allow zoning up a bit.
Team fight breaking out. ETC diving right into the middle. Brightwing is still low. Looks like the disengage is happening just as level 10's hit. Both teams being a little bit intimidated by the fact that the ultimates are now ready.
Can't blame them. So we do have Mosh Pit for the ETC, Polybomb on the Medivh. Ooh, Earthquake for the Thrall. What?
Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen it in Hero Lounge.
First time for everything.
Wow. And
we're seeing the leap
Rhaegar
again on Sonya.
Rhaegar Mind Games? Come on, you're gonna go with Ancestral. There's no way you're gonna go Bloodlust. Come on.
Yeah. Rhaegar still yet to choose his heroic ability. He's done it. He's gone for Bloodlust.
Oh my god, he did go with Bloodlust together with the Earthquake. What are we seeing here in game number 3 there from...
He's used it already. Team's getting low.
Ooh, nice Mosh Pit and Ring of Frost. They're gonna hit 2 players each.
They're all rooted.
Wow, fantastic team fight here with another kill there on the Sonya and on the Thrall, so 1 for 1 here, but they're dropping so low. Medivh doing fantastic job shielding everyone there, ETC dropping very, very low there, and now they're on the back foot, and what the hell is happening here? We have an Earthquake Bloodlust.
That was chaos, and as the dust settles, it's a 1 for 1 kill, the Thrall for the Sonya. Where did that come from?
I have no idea, but I guess they are feeling like, hey, with Medivh, we might not actually need Ancestral Healing. And you know what?
That's possibly the case.
You know what? I'm actually okay with this. Looking at their team composition, who do you expect Ancestral to actually hit? Only ETC. Vala 2 low over hit points. Thrall probably also 2 low over hit points actually ever hitting Ancestral. So you know what? I can dig it, okay? I can get behind of it.
Is there a plan to Earthquake and then to use the Bloodlust to try to keep everyone in the same place and then burst them down?
Possibly. I mean, you mentioned it before. Oh my God! 4-man leap there by the Sonya, dropping them so low there. The Ring of Frost will hit 2 players, locking them down. Now the Sonya just go ham on him.
Polybomb.
Oh.
I'm really loving these ultimates. I've got to say, I'm having a great time.
Oh my God, the art of skill there and the ETC as a follow-up. I wanted to say though, you talked about the Earthquake Bloodlust, I'm gonna say more. You talked about before how they're gonna slide in for a Mosh, and you question if there's enough damage to kill anyone, remember? Well,
yep,
here's your damage.
There we go, they found that they need the follow-up and that the Vala Thrall goes extremely well with the Bloodlust.
Yeah, interesting here, choices.
No, I mean, Vala does a lot of damage with her auto attacks, aided significantly by this Bloodlust. So that's really... Actually, it's growing on me, this choice. I still don't know where the Earthquake will work into this, but I think the Earthquake is...
For the Mosh, more or less, I would imagine.
Maybe it makes it easier for the Mosh to be set up.
Yeah.
We'll see if that pays off.
Yeah, but they need to keep in mind their Team Tiny Pool. They don't have level 13 just yet. They need to be a little bit more careful. Make sure they're soaking everywhere. Make sure they're getting to level 13 before a team fight goes in. And look at Team TipTop at the bottom lane taking the boss, knowing, hey, we have level 13. Let's just go do this uncontested. And there we go, free boss for TipTop.
They traded the temple for the boss. That's a fair trade, I'd say. And they're going for more, taking the giants immediately.
It's more than trading. They actually had the bottom temple fully in their control. So, you know what? There were 2 temples. They got 1. They got boss. Level lead. Why not?
And they're going to take a fight here. They've got enough pressure. They're saying, we want this keep. Come at us.
Yeah, but you know what? I can't believe I'm about to say it, but Team Tiny Pool, they have all the heroics up and ready, including Bloodlust there, and a leap from the Sonya will take down the Rhaegar and the Thrall there immediately. A little bit too late. They're not gonna do too much, only gonna catch the ATC, but he will be able to slide out with the shield from the Medivh. But it's gonna be a keep here for TipTop.
Thrall was being pushed in by that by that tornado, and then the stun came down, and then the leap just got blown up immediately. Boss goes down. ETC is low.
Ooh, ETC. Ouch. ETC kind of slided back. Wait, is this game?
Core is taking serious damage here.
Oh my God.
Going full in, but there's Earthquake, there's Bloodlust, immediately taking down Jaina.
And the counter kills there in the second.
The core is extremely low. The core is
the Mosh.
The Mosh of dreams.
Yeah, but they cannot end the game. I mean, the top lane is kind of open, but there's still a keep there, and the death timer is not long enough. TipTop, 78% core damage done. What the hell is going on?
Instead of going for the temples, it looks like Tiny Pool are just trying to take down this fort, grab 1 temple. Death timers are not long enough in order to take advantage of much more.
No, it's not.
Just to let you know, that's not Zagara actually dying. Zagara is already dead.
Yeah, there is a bug with ever since the new patch. Just shows randomly. I don't think it's entirely random, but it like shows the deaths in a delay.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Too many deaths at one time, then.
Yeah. Ooh, the Thrall is getting slowed by the Jaina. The Arthas is looking there to connect, and the Ring of Frost will be used there and not gonna hit
That was
anyone.
a little bit ambitious, I think, from the
Yeah.
Jaina that used the Ring of Frost.
Happy trigger there. Trigger happy rather, sorry.
So that's one ultimate down. They have 2 down at the moment for this fight.
Ooh, and the
Leap being used. Great Maw catching 3 people there. Thrall and Rhaegar being used. Janus, Vala so low.
And I think this is game. Like, that's it. They killed 3 people half a minute before
30
they spawn.
seconds to do 22% core damage.
With a Sonya and a Zagara. Yes, like, easiest
Just-
thing in their life.
Incredible push there so early on in the game. Rhaegar getting caught out.
And that's it.
Gonna be game.
What? 30 minutes game? Game number 3 is gonna go to TipTop. After game number 1, I just have no idea what the hell happened during that first pause.
That was incredible. That push with the boss with the camp went all the way through the keep and took out 75% of the core.
I honestly didn't think it's gonna do that much damage. It was such an early boss. It was early in the game. What the hell? 78% of damage on the core, leaving at 22. What?
Well, gotta hand it to them. Well played to TipTop, not being phased by losing the first game, taking the next 2 games, making the series 2-1 for TipTop. Well played.
Yeah, fantastic, super fantastic. They were on point with being aggressive. You know, they had an advantage. They definitely used that. Earth and Heaven differences between game number 1 and game 2 and 3. It's like I don't know what to say. Fantastic games by them. And you know what? No wonder why they are undefeated so far in their bracket. So, congratulations to TipTop. And I think we're gonna skip on winner's interview because there's the other game on Venice channel that's going on between Balance of Interest. Yep.
So if you want to check out this second game, we're going to be hosting them. So stay right here, and you will be transferred over to the other game happening today.
Right. So before we leave, guys, it's been a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed. I'm Heartless. With me at the beginning was Carvis Joker, and for game number 2 and 3, join with me is Cosmic. See you guys next time, and enjoy the game of. It's gonna be casted by Venom. Yep.
Bye.